So I've been using ChatGPT almost every day, and it's fair to say that I use it more than Google these days, especially since they've introduced a web feature. Actually, the other day it was down, and I appreciated how good it is compared to Google or, for example, Stack Overflow. But I always challenge myself to help ChatGPT help me with my productivity and to make sure I'm using it correctly. Over the past few months, I've come across common mistakes which I'm going to share with you quickly. Some of them are not specific to ChatGPT and they are also applicable to any other generative AI tools. So let's get started. The first one is my favorite. Don't just use Vanilla ChatGPT, especially for similar questions or repetitive tasks. Instead, use custom GPTs. Let me give you an example. Obviously, one of the use cases of using ChatGPT is checking a sentence's grammar or rephrasing it. I found myself doing this a lot, and every time I had to tweak the response in a way that worked for me. So I decided to create my own simple custom GPT called Grammar Examiner. Ta-da! All I need to do is paste my sentence. It already knows it should give me the corrected and rephrased version as I'm showing you. This way, I don't need to provide the instructions or the context every time I use ChatGPT for the same thing. Building a custom GPT is very easy. Click on Explore GPTs and then Create. From here, ChatGPT will guide you through setting up your custom GPT. After this, you can click on Configure to make additional configurations. For example, you can update the GPT knowledge by uploading your files here. Be aware that if your custom GPT is going to be public, the file's content can be used in responses to public. The other thing is that you can choose the capability of your GPT here, such as web search. Once you're finished, click on Create. Now on the left-hand side, you will see your custom GPT and it's ready to use. As you can see, if it's a one-off question, it's not worth building a custom GPT. But for regular tasks, it saves you so much time. You can also take advantage of the feature they released a few days ago, Projects. It lets you organize your files and chat. Not only that, but you can also give a specific instruction the same way we did for the custom GPT. You can create a new project from here, let's say trip to Japan. And for the instructions, I enter keep answers short in bullet point format. The prompt can be list the top 10 places to visit in Tokyo. As you can see, it's in the format that I requested. Number 2, don't use generic prompts. Instead, be specific and provide enough context. Don't expect ChatGPT to magically give you what you're looking for. And if you don't know what you want, how do you expect ChatGPT to help you? For example, the prompt can be write an email to an online store asking about the refund process. A better prompt is write a polite email to an online store asking about the refund process for a shirt I purchased on December 1st, 2024 with order number 123. Explain that the shirt doesn't fit me. You can also add this at the end of every prompt. Ask me any questions if you're in doubt. This way, ChatGPT doesn't come up with the answers based on random assumptions. Number 3 is related. Don't start a new chat, especially if your questions belong to the same topic or domain. Every time you open a new chat, the context of your previous conversation is lost. Let's say you're trying to install something on your computer and keep getting errors. ChatGPT might be able to resolve the first error, but if you encounter another error, ask for help in the same chat. Number 4, don't enter sensitive data into ChatGPT. This is obvious but very important. Be aware of your company or customer data when asking work-related questions. There are a few ways to make sure your data is not used for training purposes or your privacy is protected. One of them is to go to the settings and make sure that the model improvement is disabled for you. The other thing is the memory. I personally keep it off because I want to minimize my traces on OpenAI servers. But it's up to you. And the last thing is to use temporary chat. As you can see, it says the conversations don't appear in history, but they may retain them in their system for a maximum of 30 days. If you're using ChatGPT to help you with programming at work, ask generic questions or enter pseudocode without exposing any critical information. Having said this, even with these configurations, I still don't put any sensitive or confidential data in ChatGPT. Number 5, don't settle on the initial responses. As I said before, the more context it has, the better response you get. Most of the time, the first response may not be accurate because of a lack of context. So, asking a follow-up question can help refine the answers. Related to this, as you definitely know, ChatGPT makes mistakes. So don't use it for law or medical advice. Don't just copy and paste the response. So in summary, ChatGPT is a very powerful tool, but it also depends on how you use it. There are some mistakes that you can definitely avoid, and I hope this video helps with that. Actually, in the comment section below, let me know how do you get the most out of ChatGPT. My name is Ehsan, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video.